And please take note of this. This method is not applied to all Danshiki styles. It is only applicable to this particular style we are making. Okay, unlike the regular Danshiki where there is no joining on the shoulder line, you don't need to do this. So after marking out the length, then I'll add my hem allowance because the lower part has to be finished neatly. So I will be adding hem allowance of 2.5 inches. So now I have the Danshiki length measured out, as you can see. So here is my Danshiki length line and this is the hem allowance. So the next step is to construct the side. So that is the side seam. In doing this, I will be inserting the sleeve measurements I have on the shoulder line on the Danshiki length. So whatever you used for your sleeve length is going to be the measurement you will be using on your Danshiki length, provided the sleeve length is not too short. If the sleeve length is too short, you will need to add to the opening on the Danshiki length in order to allow free movement for the wearer. So here I will be inserting my 15 inches. So I'm taking the measurement from the 1 inch point, so that is why I'm marking 16 inches here. So with this, I will just take my straight ruler, then connect from that point straight upward to the starting point. So guys, I have my side seam constructed. As you can see, I have this on a perfect straight line. In case you don't want your Danshiki to be too wide, another thing you can do is just like snatching that part. So you will just subtract from what you have here. So let's assume I don't want to use up to 15, I want to use 14 inches or 13. Let's assume I'm going for 14 inches instead of 15. So I will just mark it here. I took the measurement from 1 inch point, so that is why you are seeing 15. So I will just connect from the 14 inches point upward to the shoulder point. So because you know guys nowadays, they don't like a very wide shirt, and this is more or less like a corporate shirt. This can be rocked on jeans, on chinos, or any corporate trousers. So it has to be fitted as much as possible, but at the same time not too tight for the wearer to move. So in this case, my side seam is not going to be on a perfect straight line. It's going to be a little bit slanty, as you can see. So far so good guys, we are done with the drafting of the front panel. So what I have left is to add my seam allowances. So here you have to pay a closer attention. You have to add all the necessary seam allowances so that you will not have a shortage after constructing your Danshiki. On the neckline, half of an inch of seam allowance is needed in attaching the neck piping. That is the finishing of the neckline. Then on the shoulder line, that is the shoulder that has been joined together with the sleeve, half of an inch is needed to join this to the back panel. Then I will be adding 1 inch to the side as my seam allowance. Seam allowance for the side, which is going to serve as hem allowance for the sleeve area as well. Then on the lower part, I have my hem allowance added already. If you don't understand this, you will get to understand better when we get to the construction level. So guys, I have my seam allowances added all around my pattern, as you can see. So now I can proceed in cutting out the front panel. So I will be cutting on the neckline area. So the cutting is going to be on the seam allowance line I added. So I'll cut on the neckline to the shoulder line, then downward to the side. But when I'm cutting on the hemline, I'm going to fold in my hem allowance so that I will not have a shortage when hemming the Danshiki. Guys, now it's time to draft the back panel, and as you can see, I have my fresh pattern paper laid on the table, and I placed the front panel on the fresh pattern paper. At the top of my fresh pattern paper, I left about 5 inches, so which means the line I drew out here is going to be my starting point. Okay, and the edges of the front neckline align together with the starting point line I have on the back panel. So the next step is to take this upward by 4 inches. Don't forget, when I was measuring out the length of my danshiki, I subtracted 2 inches from the length. So the length, the 2 inches, will be returned back to the back, and the back will have the real measurement. On this front panel, instead of 35 inches, I have 33 inches. So the back will be 35 inches plus the 2 inches I subtracted from the front. So which means the back will be 4 inches longer than the front panel. In my video on how to draft a native shirt pattern for a male figure, I explained into details. Kindly check out the video after now. So following the shape I have on the shoulder line, I will take this upward by 4 inches, and because my seam allowance has been added on the front panel, I will add the half of an inch plus the 4 inches, which makes it 4.5 inches. Okay, so this new line is going to be the back shoulder line, so I will label this as the back shoulder line. Now the next step is to transfer the remaining part of the front panel on the fresh pattern paper, which is the back panel. I've transferred the shoulder line already, so I will transfer the side and I will transfer the hem line. But for the neckline, I will be constructing a fresh neckline for the back panel. So guys, I have the front panel transferred on the back panel. As you can see, I've transferred the shoulder line, the side seam, and the hem allowance. So what I have left is to construct the back neckline. The front neckline cannot be replaced with the back neckline. They are two different shapes. So for this reason, I will be raising the starting point upward by 4 inches. Don't forget, I took this upward by 4 inches, which is the shoulder line, and I added half of an inch, which makes it 4.5 inches. So but for the neckline area, which I've not done anything, I will be taking the starting point line upward by 4 inches. After constructing the neckline, then I will take it up by half of an inch, which is going to be the seam allowance. So in total, I will achieve the same 4.5 inches as the shoulder line. So from the starting point, I will take it up by 4 inches. So I will just draw a little bit of straight line in order to construct the back neckline. Okay, then on this neckline I will insert the neck width I used for the front, which is 2.5 inches. The neck width measurement has to be the same as the front. Then I have it here, and the neck depth I will be using for the back panel will be 3 inches. I used 2 inches for the front. Then I will square it out. I'll connect this on a straight line, and I'll connect this downward to meet the neck depth. Then from the center, I will take this inward by half of an inch, just the way I did on the front neck. Then I will take my armhole curve ruler. If you don't have this ruler, you can go ahead and construct with your hand. Okay, so I will just construct my curve like so, and it must not be too deep. So with this, the measurement I will be having on the back neckline will be more than what I have on the front. But after joining, part of the back is coming to the front, so automatically the front neckline will be deeper than the back neckline. And as I said earlier, I have to take the measurement I have here. I took note of the measurements. I will do the same on the back. Then I will compare the measurements. If there's reason for me to add or to subtract, I will do that. So after constructing the neckline, I will take this upward by half of an inch, which is going to be my seam allowance, just as I said earlier. I will connect this like so. So after this, I can separate the front panel from the back panel, and I'll cut out my pattern. So guys, I have the back panel cut out, as you can see. So this is the front panel, while this is the back panel. So the back panel is longer than the front panel. So this is how the back will be overlapping on the front panel. So this folded part is going to fall on the shoulder line of the wearer. So guys, that will be all on how to draft pattern for a male danshiki style. Let's meet in my next video where I will be showing you how to cut out the fabrics and the construction step by step. Thank you once again, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, always do remember, there is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs.